This is tutorial for assignment number 3, the violin F holds. So this one takes a little bit more courage because we're going to use the pen tool. And the pen tool is your friend in Illustrator, but it can also be your enemy if you don't know how to use it. So here in this assignment 3 asset that we have provided you with, you see an outline of how to actually make this shape in the minimum amount of anchors possible. And this is what it kind of should look like. So the easiest thing for you right now is to just click along, basically right here, click and drag. So quick introduction to the pen tool right here. As you click right here, it creates a line between point A and point B. Click on that right here, and that's another line right here. Right? Simple stuff. But if you click, hold the mouse and drag, that's when you start to have the handles. So there's your anchor right there, and there's your handles on each side. And then you start creating curves like this. So it gets a little crazy. As I said, it could be your enemy or your friend. Because if you start to go like this and you go, what am I supposed to do here? I don't know how to get out of it. Relax, bring it back to the anchor. And then there it is. So quickly, just gonna delete that again right here. So quickly, to give you a quick lesson right there. For example, if you want to do a quick potato-looking shape, I can start with clicking and dragging right off the bat right there, and then it starts with an anchor right in the middle and my handles on each side. And then here I can start with a curve right off the bat. I don't have to start with a straight line. And I can go like this, and I can go like that. And then see the little circle at the end of my pen right there? It closes it. Basically, it makes a closed path right there. And I click again on it, and I can still click and drag on that one, and then it influences both, or only only the last handle right there. And this is a perfect lens for a pair of glasses right there. So another trick, which is essential with the pen tool, is this. When you don't want to do, for example, a shark fin, for example, right? So you can click and start like this, right? And by pressing Shift, my Shift key, my handles only go vertical, 45-degree angle, or horizontal, right? So that's the cool thing about those keys, right? Shift key. So I'm going to make it perfectly vertical like this, and then I want to bring my second point right here, and then I drag that a little bit. And now if I press and hold the Option key on the Mac keyboard, which is I think Alt on your PC, so press and hold, I still have my finger on the mouse, and I drag my handle around it. That splits the handles. Now I let go of, see, if I let go of my Option key, this is what happens. It gets back to this, right? So again, press and hold Option, drag your handle over, and then let go of the mouse, and you can let go of the keyboard. And now you have a split handles, and then you can line it up right there. Smart Guides is open, and then click right here, and then again that's to finish it off. So quickly, if you want to do arches like this, right? Again, so you can remember the click. You can start click and drag right off the bat, but if you can press Option down and drag, you only have one handle. Press your Shift key, and your handle only goes straight up, and that's your half round right there. So you go, okay, so I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to do the same thing again. Press Shift, it goes straight down, perfectly vertical. I approximately line my handles up. I press Option, and then I split my handles right here and bring it back to the original dot. And then again, same thing again. I'm going to see if it measures. Nope, it doesn't. Click and drag. Make sure I have my Shift key down so it stays at a 90-degree angle. Press Option again, bring it back, snap to it. And there's my arches right there. So for this particular F hole, this is where it gets a little tricky. You can start right here because there's no handles on this particular anchor right here. So first, I'm not going to have a fill, and I'm going to change that to a color I can see. See, orange, sure. I'm going to change my stroke to something a little thinner, so it doesn't overlap completely and I can't see anything. And then, again, just like in Photoshop, right? You press and hold your space bar, and you can have the hand and you can move things around. Press your space bar and command on the Macintosh keyboard, you get the plus magnifying glass. You drag it up, it zooms in. You drag it down, it zooms out. So your command, I think, is control on the PC, I think. I'm losing my voice. So here, let's start right here. Follow along kind of thing, right? So I'm going to start right here with a straight anchor right here. But then as soon as I hit this one, I go, okay, well, I'm going to stretch it out, try to match the center, and I pretty much have the curve right there. And again, right here, click and drag. But my handle is way shorter right here. It should be way out there. How do I do that? Well, I do that afterwards. Bring my pen tool right there on the other anchor, click and drag again, kind of semi-match the, and you can see the left handle matches, but the right handle is shorter. So I'm just going to do that quickly right there. Just going to click and drag, and then use my space bar to move my graphic around, and then I'm going to have to zoom out because I'm going to lose, there you go, match the anchor right here. And again, drag it, match that handle right here. The other one is too short, not a big deal. We can come back to it later. And then again, right here again. So this one, as you can see, there's only one handle on one side. I think it's missing the other one. That's not a big deal. We're gonna match at least the one on the right-hand side. And then click here, and you don't have to click and drag on this one because you already have handles on the next one, right? And then again, keep on going like this. So to come back, I'm going to get out of the tool. To come back to it and edit those handles on your anchors, again, direct selection tool right here. You find your path, you click on the path, and you find your little anchor right here. And you click on your anchor, and of course it's blue on blue, so I can't see. That's not really helpful. I'm going to change that color. You can do that in your layers palette, which I don't have open. So layers, right? Oh, it is open. Where did I put it? Artboard, libraries. Oh, layers. It's completely off my screen, right there. There it is. I bring it back in. There it is. So if you want to change, typical example. Yeah, I have a blue selection, so my layer is automatically blue or red. And then I have a blue item, and I'm trying to select things, and I can't see anything because it's blue on blue, and I'm like, okay, this is frustrating. What you have to do is you open your layers palette, double click on your layer right there, and here you have the name of your layer, but you can change the color, right? So we're gonna pick a green so we can see it. So it's gonna be green over the orange and then over the blue. So there you go. And that's it. And now it's green right here in your layers palette, and then whenever I select something, my selection is green, so it's a little easier. So again, back to my direct selection tool, select the path, select the anchor actually, and then select just one handle, and you can stretch one handle. The other one is not moving, as you can see on the blue dot on the left-hand side. And this one I just match it and try to put it in the center right here. So it's a little off path. That's because this guy is too long, right? Again, you select that anchor right here. This one matches, so almost in the right spot, but this one is not matching right there. So again, select your path, find your anchor, select your anchor, grab the handle, and then move it there. And then you can see the path is just moving, aligning perfectly with the example we have right here. And then just keep on going, same thing here. Move it all the way up here, and then boom, voila. So now that you get the gist of it, again, you can split your handles as well, right? So you can There you go, just like that. It's a little tricky right there. So you can split your handles as well, right? So, but you wouldn't want that. You want to have a clean, smooth, round shape, right? So now that you have a path, let's say, let's say for example, I make a silly path like this, just for fun. Oops, come on, what happened there? There you go. Just for fun, I'm just going to make this shape right there. With your pen tool right here, you select your shape. With your pen tool, as you scroll over your line right there, you can see that your pen tool changes and has a little plus. And that means that you can just add an anchor right here. And another one right here. And another one. And if you keep on moving again your pen tool on top, it also gets into a minus as soon as you have an anchor. So right here, you know what? I'm going to delete that one. If you press and hold your command key, you switch to your direct selection tool. You're still in the pen tool. Press and hold command on the Mac keyboard, click and drag, and you can select each and individual anchor. Press and hold your option key, you get into that V shape, right? The cursor changes into a V shape, which is within your pen tool palette right here. It's the anchor point tool, right? So it allows you to switch very, very quickly. Again, you're in the same pen tool, press and hold option. And what that does is that when you click over an anchor right there, click and drag, then you can add some handles to it. Same thing with the path right there. Press and hold, click right on the path, and you can see the little kind of a path, little icon beside my cursor right there. And what it does is it does this. Now, instead of a straight line, I have a curved line. Just like that. And then once the path is made, right, curved or whatever, you can switch over to your direct selection tool. And just by selecting a path, see your cursor changes to that path, editing tool kind of thing, the curve with 2 dots. And then I can just move just the path, right? And that changes, of course, everything. Everything is influenced, right? But you can do that very quickly. What I just did there was pressing the wrong key. Is if you have the whole object selected, and again, press your direct selection tool, the whole object is selected. If I press and hold option on the Mac keyboard, I can click and drag and make a duplicate of it very, very quickly. So this is how you add anchor points, delete points, change them, modify them from a straight anchor to a curved anchor. And keep on going with this. So once you have this shape finished, which I should probably just finish very, very, very quickly. So let's say, let's say I forgot about that. Let's say you have this path started right there, but you want to keep on going, right? So you switch over again to your pen tool, move it over right there to your last anchor, and you can see the little slash appearing there, and that means that you just kind of pick it up from where you left. So you can click and drag, match my other handle right here, and now I have another path starting up right there. So click and drag again, move it all the way out there. Again, I'll fix that handle later. And then again, say the same thing. It gets a little repetitive, so I'm just going to, again, space bar for the hand. I'm going to zoom out and then match that handle right up here, approximately, because I've zoomed out so much I can't see. Bring it up here, and here again, I'm just going to match the left handle, and then here bring it to the starting point, and you see the little 0, the little O, that means I'm closing the path, and now it's one object. So again, I can go back to my direct selection tool, make sure I can match the handles, like so. This one was too long right here. Too short, sorry, too short right there. Make it longer. And then this one, the other way around, I select my anchor, drag it over. And then same thing here. This one was way too long. Bring it back down to the blue dot apparently. And there, you have your shape right there. So I'm just gonna press and hold, select the whole object, press and hold option key, duplicate it, fill it. Now that you have this thing, you can open the violin.ai document. And all it is, it's a vector-based violin graphic that is missing its F hole. It's F holes. You had better pronounce that properly. So this is, step one. So you can save that as step one, and you can, now you have that your shape ready for the violin right here in the other tab. You can go over and go edit, copy, switch to violin, paste. So basically paste the object over here. Zoom in a little bit. I'm going to change the fill to, actually, you know what? That gray, because I don't think it's black. So I'm going to use my eyedropper right here to pick that color. Come on, right there. And there you go. So it's matching the same color. And there's my F hole right here. So is it the right size? Probably not. Again, I can grab the corner right here from my regular selection tool, grab the corner right here, press and hold shift, and then it'll scale proportionally. Maybe a little less than that. So what I want to do is I want to mirror it and put it on the right-hand side, right? So there's another tool that you want to learn is I want to put it right here. So you want to select that guy, right? Again, edit, copy, edit, paste in front. So it's the same object pasted on top of the other. And then you switch over to your rotate tool right here, which is also the reflect tool. And the reflect tool, again, by default, your rotate, your scaling, your reflect tool always starts from the center, right? So if I zoom in a little bit, I can see better. If I zoom in, you can see the reference point right there. And if I literally just drag, it just reflected my shape. If I press the shift, it'll be automatically 180 degree. Or rotated down, it's 90 degree, right? So it's reflecting the shape to whatever axis, vertical or horizontal. So you can do that, and then you can move it over. And you're technically done. However, is it symmetrical? Maybe not. So we're going to delete that guy. We're going to paste again, right? Paste in front because it's already been copied. We're going to use the reflect tool right here. And we're going to find the center of this violin, right? And the center of the violin is, well, kind of hard to find here. But it's about right here, right in between the strings right there. So you kind of figure out where so your reference point is right here. And what I want to do is I want to change and modify and move my reference point. So I can click just once right here and it'll move my reference point, or I can just click and drag it right there. And I move that over right here. And I'm like, okay, I'm right in the center right here of the violin. So that's my reference point. The object hasn't been copied yet. Now I can click and drag. And there it is. It's rotating around that axle, right? That axis. And if I press, again, shift, it'll go 90 degree and 80 degree. And there it is. It just shifted it over. And that's perfectly symmetrical. And that's the second part of that assignment. Save it. You're done.